It is the unfortunate state of mankind that it sees everything but experiences nothing. And because man does not experience, he does not truly see. Man sees the clouds, but does not experience their shelter. He sees the sun, but experiences only a bit of its warmth. Perhaps the most tragic consequence of all is that although he has lived with his children for their entire lives, he has not truly seen them in years. He has not experienced them. He has only seen their representation. He has only seen them through the lens of thought. And to see through the lens of thought is not to have seen at all. Man knows what it feels like to be in love. It is a transformative feeling which consumes his every hour. It is a benediction. It is a homecoming. But this is because he experiences the love. For if he were just to see the love, it would have as much effect upon him as a passing vehicle. The bulk of humanity has not truly seen anything in decades. Shall I explain to you the state of a man's life? His mind sees objects and situations. As a result of its inherent duality, his mind takes a stance either for or against this object or situation. It then produces thoughts. The man reflexively responds to these thoughts, and these compose the bulk of his actions. He lives in a constant state of like versus dislike, hope versus despair, good versus bad, fortune versus misfortune. He has become a reactive creature. And the reason he has become a reactive creature is because he has become his mind. Show me the man who lives in the real world, and I will show an avatar. Show me the man who experiences rather than sees, and I will show you a prince of humanity. Man lives in such a lamentable state that for his entire life he seeks to do and undo the thoughts that the mind throws at him. He is like the person who walks into an invisible cobweb and flails to free himself from it. And this does not last a few seconds. It lasts for his entire life. Do you wish to know why children have so much energy? Because they experience far more than they think. And this is why they see the little details that adults have overlooked for years. Understand this, for it is an undeniable truth. The vast majority of human beings in this world will die without never having known the world. They will die without ever having truly seen or experienced their children. They will die without ever having lived. And as such, they are already dead. The Indian sadhus have always said that humanity consists of the walking dead. They could not be more correct. What is the remedy? What is the way out? It begins with the understanding that you live in a constant state of thought. You are bombarded by thought for every single second of every single day. So what, you might ask? In being bombarded by thought, you live within the thoughts. And because you live within thoughts, you see nothing of reality. Your hopes are anxieties. Your failures are scars. Your relationships are conflicts. And all of this is produced by thoughts. And the thought factory is the mind. If you meditate, you are bombarded by even more thoughts. If you talk to the thoughts talk back. If you try to change them, they become more cumbersome. If you try to quiet them, they become more restless. You have been told to eliminate negative thoughts and cultivate positive ones. This is another of the mind's grand illusion. It will use negative thoughts or positive thoughts. It will do whatever it takes to ensnare you. It will oblige your beliefs and speak the words that you wish for it to speak so that you will come its way. It is the world's most sly and ingenious chameleon, and it has captured men since the beginning of time. So what is the way out? Whether it is in your life or your work, the only way that you will find peace in your life, the only way to enjoy each moment of your life, the only way to get the most of your talent, the only way to perfection is to live without thought. When you need to think, you will think. But when you do not, you will simply experience without the burden of thought. This is the way to true relaxation. For when you stop thinking, your body and your viscera decompress, and you feel it immediately. This is the way man was meant to live, and this is what he must return to if he wishes to truly live. This is not for the faint of heart. It is only for those who are inspired to finally live their life. When you do this, the quality of your life changes literally overnight. You see things differently. You no longer feel the need to correct and undo and repair. What needs to be done gets done without extra baggage. What needs to be said is said without the drama. You free yourself from having to constantly change your mindset. For what is mindset but different faces of the same mind? The mind now becomes available for your use, and you no longer oscillate between happiness and misery, which are different sides of the very same coin. For you will have achieved the ultimate state known as bliss. My dear man, whatever you may have achieved, whatever wealth you might have amassed, if your life is not committed to attaining bliss, if your allegiance is not to peace and equanimity, of what use is it to have a life that you've never really lived?